them, and why can't we build a society that meets the needs of the population?
This week, Sussex University, where I'm a student, announced its plans to make 115 redundancies. That's almost 5% of its total workforce. The subsidised childcare available to staff and students with young children will be cut, along with the Sexual Health and Drug Advice Service. And the university's block grant to the Students' Union has been cut by 5%. The university claims, and I quote, "These steps are intended to strengthen its position amongst the UK's leading research universities." But in reality, these savage cuts will have a devastating effect on the standard of education and research, as well as the level of service we receive, and the lives of the people losing their jobs. And when we look at the £227,000 annual salary of the Vice-Chancellor of Sussex University, we can clearly see that management's priorities have nothing to do with preserving our academic reputation. Rather, they are bowing down to a coordinated attempt by big business and its backers in Westminster to make ordinary people pay the price for a crisis we didn't create.
We say God back!
We say fight back!
We say God back!
We say fight back!
God back!
Fight back!
God back!
Fight back!
God back!
Fight, fight, fight back!
You fight!
For jobs!
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 Mendelssohn, hands up, education! We are not customers! We are not customers! We are not customers! We are not customers!
Vengo de un país donde supuestamente hay una revolución socialista.
I come from a country where supposedly there's a socialist revolution taking place.
Pero al mismo tiempo existe un país donde el mayor nivel de desempleo está en los jóvenes, donde hay un 25% de desempleo en los jóvenes.
But at the same time, in Venezuela, there is a high level of unemployment, and amongst the youth, it's nearly 25% of the youth are unemployed.
Y al mismo tiempo estamos en un país que se reclama el socialismo, pero con profundas contradicciones.
We're in a country which declares itself socialist, but which is full of a lot of contradictions at the same time.
Un país con una tradición de lucha estudiantil y juvenil muy rica, pero que actualmente parece que su memoria histórica ha sido borrada.
A country with a very long and rich tradition of struggle, particularly from the youth and the students, but one which has also had many complications and problems.
If we could take the big multinational companies and finance houses that dominate this economy into democratic public ownership, imagine how easy it would be to begin to solve the problem of youth unemployment. In this country, despite mass unemployment, we still have the longest working week in Europe for full-time workers. An average people working 48 hours a week. At the same time, the old folk, the pensioners, are being told that they'll have to work till they drop. And meanwhile, 1 million and more young people are unemployed. Why not share out the work without loss of pay, so that everybody could have a short working week and we could all have work?
It's a massive puddle, people, Forest.
I think there's a long and hard battle ahead of us to make sure that when this recession recedes, there's anything left for ordinary people. Today's been a brilliant start to that battle, and now let's get back to our individual areas. Build Youth Fight for Jobs and build a fight back, uniting students, young workers, the trade unions and the unemployed into a force that can't be ignored and that shapes the kind of world we want to live in, where everyone has the right to an education or real training that leads to a decent job with a decent wage. This is a fight we have to win, not just for ourselves but for future generations. Thank you.
This is a system that will always put the profits of a few above the needs of the many. But we have to fight back.
Pero estar aquí y ver a los jóvenes con su entusiasmo y con su espíritu de lucha, reivindicando el derecho a la educación y al trabajo en el marco de un país capitalista.
But here in London, I see an important layer of this tremendous demonstration of youth which have been really enthusiastic, fighting for the rights of a job and for free education, fighting for that here in this capitalist country.
Reivindica la consigna de que en la juventud está el espíritu y la semilla de la revolución proletaria, de la revolución socialista.
And it's within this we see the spirit of the struggle for revolutionary socialism and for the working class.